Hi, I'm Lisa Watson. Welcome to the McGrath St George Real Estate Report. Coming up in the spotlight is a beautiful suburb on the Georges River. But first, let's find out about our local market with our principal, Matthew King. The spring edition of the McGrath Report's out. Can you give us a few key points, please?
Absolutely. Yeah, look, Lisa, John predicted 2013 to be the year of growth. Four of the main key points to come out of that were the interest rate cuts, which have had a big impact on price growth for this year. The second one is the stock market. We've seen the stock market now rise to peak levels in excess of 5,200 points. The third one would be the Chinese market, the Chinese influence, and we've seen that obviously in our local marketplace.
We spoke about that last month.
Exactly. It's still an absolute key driver for this year. And the fourth point would be the interesting move from self-managed super funds moving into the residential space and taking some money out of the stock market and putting it into that as a saver vehicle for their future.
Matt, what were some of the highlights in the September market?
It was another tremendous marketplace during the month of September in the St George area. We had 229 sales in total across the whole marketplace.
Wow.
Of those, our two offices made 49 sales, which was very, very strong. Again, up on last month by 5 sales.
And clearance rates?
Clearance rates are exceptional again, Lisa. We're tracking all the way over and above 80%. That's for the entirety of the year. I think last Saturday we sold 9 out of 9, which was obviously 100%. The week prior we sold 10 out of 12. It's been a really, really strong auction clearance rate marketplace at the moment.
What was the average number of days on the market for those properties?
Yeah, look, another strong indicator for the month of September, Lisa. We had the days on market come down from 23 to 22, which is, a sign that things are moving very, very quickly.
And the amount of properties coming onto the market in September?
Stayed very much the same and very much at peak amounts. We actually listed 54 properties, which is great news for buyers, so there is going to be more choice for those people that are looking in this market at the moment.
That's good. And the higher end of the market?
Yeah, the higher end, we had an exceptionally good time again in the higher end of the market. There's been a number of sales that have been at the high end of 2 million plus.
And what about the lower end of the market?
Lower end of the market, again, very, very popular at the moment. Units are selling very, very quickly. We had a property in Ramsgate Beach sell for 436. That was the cheapest sale for the month of September.
So there's plenty of people coming out there looking through the open homes?
Absolutely. I mean, I think that with the growth that people are feeling very confident that there's going to be growth, that, bottom and top end, all properties across the board are going to be growing, and now is a really, really good time to be buying.
Okay, well, we're looking forward to October now.
Absolutely. No, it's going to be an exciting month.
Awesome. Thanks, Matt. Now I'm going to take you to our spotlight suburb, which is Lugarno, a beautiful suburb on the Georges River, and I'm sure you'll agree with many fantastic people living there.
Absolutely. A great family suburb. I love it.
Let's go and have a look. I've come down to 1 Bayside Drive. This was the second home built in the area in the late 1800s and one of my favourite homes. Owned by our local IGA owner, Robert Sleeman, and the perfect place to meet our area specialist, Hayden Duncan, and his lovely wife, Olivia. Hi guys, welcome to the hot seat. September's been a cracking month for Lugarno real estate. Can you tell me some of the highlights, Hayden?
Really exciting month for Lugarno especially. We had one major highlight was 87 Woodlands Avenue in Lugarno, sold a couple of weeks ago for
That's the biggest house I've ever seen.
It's a big home, it really is, yep, over 4 levels. That sold at auction for 2.22 million.
Wow, that's an awesome result. What was the campaign like?
Listen, the campaign was really solid. We had 10 buyers that we were working with, highly qualified buyers, and we managed to get 2 of them there on auction day to compete for the property.
Now, most people think auctions are fast-paced and high energy, but they're not all like that, are they?
This one was quite precise, obviously dealing with a lot of money, and also we had an owner that was on the phone from Pakistan. It was 3 in the morning over there. They weren't here, they had their son on the phone, and our eventual buyer had his cousin at the auction on the phone as well, so there was a lot of consulting going on. But no, it was it was a bit slower pace, but still very exciting.
Managed to pull it together.
Yeah, okay. And the lower end of the market, how's that travelling?
Really, really well. It's very competitive at the moment. I think people understand that the market's experiencing some really good growth.
Yeah.
But yeah, around sort of 700, give or take a little bit, is entry level for Lugarno. Most homes for young families are selling somewhere sort of between 8 and $1 million. And in the above, 1 to 1.5, you get a really good selection of some fine homes around Lugarno.
It sounds like really good value for money.
Exceptional value for money.
And Olivia, what kind of trends are you seeing with the type of buyers moving to the area?
Well, we found because McGrath covers the entire St George area, we've been able to introduce people to the suburb that hadn't previously considered it and hadn't even heard of it.
Haven't heard of Lugarno.
Haven't heard of Lugarno.
Putting the place on the map.
We are. And not only that, we're finding a lot of our clients that whether they're downsizing or upgrading, they're staying in Lugarno. They love it and this is where they want to live.
Calling it home.
They are.
Yeah, and a lot of young people that grew up here and moved away themselves, we're finding they're actually choosing to come back here to bring their own children up to send them to the same schools that they went to. So that's particularly exciting as well.
Yeah, that's good. Well, I can kind of relate to that.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thanks, guys. And now let's go and see some of the places that make Lugarno a great place to live. Lugarno is the type of place where everybody really does know your name. There's one road in and one road out, so there's not a lot of passing traffic, and that's the way the locals like it. Follow along Forest Road and you'll reach the old punt that up until the 70s used to carry cars and passengers, even horse and cart, across the Georges River. Today, locals come to the boardwalk for good fishing and to soak up the atmosphere on the river. During the week, you'll often find some of the locals taking a break with a packed lunch. But if you're like me and prefer your lunch served on a silver platter, then a seat overlooking the marina at Lugarno Seafood might be just the place for you. I recently had a chat with Paul from Lugarno Marina and he shared some exciting plans for the future.
Well, plans for the future are hopefully to extend it a little bit bigger than what it is.
Yep.
Put in a nice little coffee shop area.
Coffee shop, that
coffee
sounds
shop,
awesome.
Yeah. And just your basic foods like takeaway foods and yeah, no, it'll be good.
And what about houseboats? I'm dying to come and hire a houseboat to go down the water.
It's on the agenda,
Yep.
Probably a little bit further down the track at the moment, but certainly that's something we will be looking at, like party pontoons and houseboats, etc., but probably another 12 to 18 months away before we get to that stage.
Coming back on dry land, we recommend a visit to Evatt Park. The kids can play on the swings, feed very friendly ducks and meet their mates for a game of footy. Take off and explore the waterfront bush track and watch the sunset over Saltpan Creek. Walk, run or ride all the way round to Blackbat Avenue where you can spy the castle. That's it for us this month. Don't forget to get social with us. Search McGrath and George on Facebook. We'll see you next month.